Hello Magic fans, I'm Beef and welcome back to another Historic Brawl gameplay video, and today we are playing a card that I've never actually played in Magic at all, or even the type of card, and that is Nicol Bolas, God-Pharaoh. And the reason I'm playing a Nicol Bolas card is because with the upcoming new set, Tarkir Dragonstorm, it has been revealed in the story at least that Nicol Bolas is making a return. If you don't know who Nicol Bolas is, he is basically the big bad of Magic for most of Magic's lifespan, more than the Phyrexians, and a lot of the storyline ended, I think, in the late 2010s with War of the Spark. It may have been a bit after that, where Nicol Bolas was desparked. He was one of the original 5 Elder Dragons from Legends back in '94, and if my memory serves, there were Nicol Bolas, Chromium, Arcadis Saboth, Palladium Moors, and Vivectis Asmadi. There were 2 other Elder Dragons, one I can't remember the name of, and Ugin, Nicol Bolas' brother, but they weren't in Legends, and they were actually the original, they were the founders of the Commander. Well, when Commander was created as a fan-made format, it was called EDH, or Elder Dragon Highlander, and each of those 5 dragons were Elder Dragons, and that's how people created the Commander format. And one of the reasons I've never played Nicol Bolas, one of the Planewalkers, is because it doesn't really put you into any direction, and on the channel I do like to showcase synergies and commanders that do things, but Nicol Bolas can lean you in towards maybe playing things that don't belong to you. But the reality is, it is just an incredibly powerful Planeswalker in Grixis, so it gives you access to a lot of, let's say, the annoying cards in black and blue. So, what is Nicol Bolas? It's a 7 mana, 7 loyalty Planeswalker. That is very expensive. Has a +2, target opponent exile cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. Until end of turn, you may cast that card without opponent's mana cost. So basically, you can get anything from their deck and pay and cast it for free. Obviously, you do have to be lucky with what you get. A +1 that each opponent exiles 2 cards from their hand. If maybe you'd rather get into your opponent's hand, this is better. A -4, deal 7 damage to target opponent, creature opponent controls, or Planeswalker opponent controls. I don't know why this didn't say any target, because at this point battles weren't a thing. I don't know what else you would point to that, but well, I suppose you could say any target your opponent controls, but whatever. And then a -12, exile each non-land permanent your opponent's control. So it is just a one-sided everything wipe apart from lands, and because he has a +2, getting to the 12 is not out of the realms of possibility, and because it's such a high loyalty Planeswalker, it does mean you're not that fussed about protecting it, because you can just +2, get something for free, maybe get something that can take care of your opponent's board, or help protect Nicol Bolas, take a hit, and just carry on +2ing. So because Nicol Bolas is 7 mana, we do have a lot of ramp, and obviously we're not playing green, so therefore we do have to go mana rocks and other spells. So we do have the usual suspects: Dark Ritual, Arcane Signet, Coastal Heart, Golden Idol, Mind Stone, Midnight Clock, Chromatic Lantern to fix our mana as well, Replicating Ring, Celestus, Worn Power Stone, Hedron Archive, Key to the Archive, and Runecarve Obelisk, an alchemy card. It is basically a slightly better Hedron Archive. Then also to help the game go along, and we are in blue, we have a number of counter spells, not a huge number, but Wash Away and Mana Drain, obviously. Tail's End, then Bind to Secrecy is another alchemy card. We can choose to target a non-creature spell, or we can choose a duplicate. We conjure a duplicate of target creature card in opponent's graveyard into our hand, and then we may spend any mana to cast it. And then if we have 5 or more mana values among cards in our graveyard, we draft a card from its spellbook. That doesn't really happen very often. Then Weave the Nightmare. We can also counter a non-target spell, but we can also give a creature -5/-5, or we can heist our opponent's library. If we do control a non-land permanent that we don't own, we choose 2 of those instead. Geralt's Redirection is a really powerful counter spell to counter something and, well, always be able to cast it ourselves, either for free if we roll high enough, or just any mana of any colour. And then Silverguard's Command can also counter non-target target non-creature spell, but we can also bounce a permanent to its owner's hand. That is any permanent, so it could be a land, and we can give a creature -3/-3, or we can destroy target Planeswalker, but it is a bit more costly at 5. And next up we have some more interaction. So we have some bounce spells: Cyclonic Risk, Vesuvian Mist, another alchemy card, 2 blue to bounce non-token, non-land permanent on his hand, but if we kick it for 1 and a black, we conjure a duplicate of that card into our hand. Go for the throat, Eternal Grudge, Shoulders Edict, Undercity, Plunder, gets into our opponent's hand, causes them to discard a card. If they don't then discard an additional card, we conjure a dupe of a random card from their library. Angrath's Rampage can be used to cause our opponent to sack a artifact, creature, or planeswalker. Deluge is a sweeper we all know about. Prismari Command can be ramp and draw and damage and artifact destruction. Colligan's Command, again, damage, artifact destruction, discard, or get a creature card from our graveyard to our hand. Baleful Mastery, Damnation, Blasphemous Edict. We don't have a huge amount of creatures, so I was basically causing both players to sacrifice 13 is not that much of an issue. Dark Intimations causes each opponent to sacrifice a creature or planeswalker, then discard a card. Then we return a creature or planeswalker from our graveyard to our hand. Then we draw a card. And when we cast a Bolas planeswalker spell, which we obviously our command is, and we have a few more of them, we can exile this from our graveyard, and that planeswalker enters with an additional loyalty counter on it. Then River's Rebuke and Blood on the Snow, obviously with a commander planeswalker, if we have enough snowlands. Then we can potentially get it back, or it's another creature. We do have snowlands, but not a huge amount of them, so that's not always possible, but it can happen. Next up, we do have more planeswalkers. Valky, we are most likely playing on Tibalt, just one of the most powerful planeswalkers ever printed. Ashiok lets us exile our opponent's cards from our opponent's library, and then we can potentially put a creature card that we've exiled of Ashiok onto the battlefield. Tasha can also put creatures from opponent's graveyards into play under our command, and that +1's really powerful because until end of turn, whenever a creature attacks you or Tasha, they put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. Then we have Nicol Bolas Ravager. That was the other choice of commander I was going to play. Nicol Bolas Ravager is a creature that then you can pay 7, the mana cost for Nicol Bolas God-Pharaoh, to turn into a very powerful planeswalker. But I did decide to go with the planeswalker version just because Nicol Bolas is probably going to die before we get a chance to play him as a planeswalker, or switch him as a planeswalker. He can draw cards, deal 10 to target creature or planeswalker, put a creature or planeswalker card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under our control, and then exile all but the bottom card of target player's library. We do have another Nicol Bolas, a cheap one, only 5 mana, but it has all loyalty abilities of all other planeswalkers on the battlefield, which is really, really good. But we can draw a card and cause our opponent to exile a card from their hand or a permanent they control, destroy target creature or planeswalker, and then each opponent who doesn't control a legendary creature or planeswalker loses the game. And then we have Big Chandra, 6 mana, 5 loyalty, +2 to add 2 mana of any combination of colours, +1 to exile top 5 cards of our library until end of our next turn. We may cast an instant or sorcery spell from among those cards, and we can deal X damage to up to 2 targets. But the really important thing is that when we cast an instant spell, a sorcery spell, copy it for basically the first time each turn. So we do have quite a few big instant and sorceries, like for example, temporal manipulation and time warp. So copying those is really good. Next up, we do have some steel card synergy. Agent of Rafine, we can pay to and tap it to conjure a top card of our library into our hand. Grave Expectations, we can just heist our opponent's library. Gonti, whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of our opponents, so on Arena, just our opponent, its controller looks for the top card of our player's library and exiles it face down. So we damage our opponent, we exile top card of our library, then we can play it as long as the card remains exiled. And when we cast a spell we don't own, we create a treasure token. Xanathar, Guild Kingpin, at the beginning of your upkeep, choose target opponent, so our only opponent. Until end of turn, that player can't cast spells, and you may look at the top card of their library at any time. You may play the top card of their library, and you may spend mana as though it was mana of any colour. So, obviously this is on our upkeep, so it means our opponent can't interact with us on our turn, so it's very powerful. Grenzo, we have played on the channel, just heist our opponent's library, and once a turn we pay 0, rather than paying the mana cost for a spell you cast if you don't own mana value 3 or less. And then Breach of Multiverse, each player mills 10 cards, then we can choose a creature or planeswalker in that player's graveyard, put it on the battlefield under our control, then a creature becomes a Phyrexian. So a great way, again, just to get really, really good value. And next up, everything else. Ragavan, Nimble Pilferer, because we're playing red. Karizev, Crew of 2, we played in the Sagan deck, which can create a Ragavan, Nimble Pilferer, which is really, really just soul crushing for opponent. Spectre of Destruction, I really like. Whenever one or more creatures die, we put a ret counter on this enchantment. Beginner of upkeep, the enchantment has one or more ret counters on it. We remove a ret counter and seek an online card. So it's basically card draw, which is pretty reliable. Gifted Everborn, a 2-mana 2/3 Death Touch lifelink is just really good value. Oracle of Alpha to get the power 9. Phyrexian Arena, draw more. Waterlog Teachings and Bloodsoaked Insight can be players' land, but Waterlog Teachings we can search a library for instant or a card with flash. We don't have any cards with flash, but we can search up an instant if we want. And then Bloodsoaked Insight is 7, but it costs 1 less to cast. Each 1 life our opponents have lost his turn, and basically exile our top 3 cards of opponent's library. We can then play those spells until the end of our next turn. Roscoe creates a Midnight Clock. Prosper just ramps as base thing, gets an extra value, 2 extra turn spells, and Call Ultimatum calls our opponent to sack a creature, discard 3, lose 3 life. We return a creature from a graveyard to a hand, draw 3 cards, and gain 5 life. Mana base is, as you would expect, a lot of dual and lands, and we do have the Xander's Lounge, the Tri-land, and we do have a lot of the tap lands, snow lands for Blood on the Snow, but because of our ramp and our controlling nature, tap lands aren't a massive issue. So this is, Nicol Bolas is a bonkers deck. For the big bad of Magic, he has always been a powerful card, and this is no different. So I had a great time playing this. If you do like the video, please remember to like and subscribe. It does help me out massively, and I'll see you all in the gameplay. Hello Magic fans, Beef from the future here. And when I put together the deck tech and started playing these games, I realised I didn't have Chrome Mox in there, which is just pretty much you play it in every single ball deck on Arena nowadays. And I only realised when someone played it against me. So I went back and I put it in, and I can't remember what card I took out. I thought it was Dark Intimations, but that's still there. So your guess is as good as mine. If you do see, leave a note down in the comments. But the list you see in the deck tech below, in the deck list below on Moxfield, will include Chrome Mox. Anyway, back to the gameplay. Well, we have other Nicol Bolas. Who is pretty good. I got a Mana Hive then. I think Blood on the Snow, because that won't take care of Ketchumos. Next turn we can baby Nicol Bolas, which is a bit of a nombo with Ketchumos. But I think I just Oracle of the Alpha. And next turn we probably just bounce Ketchumos. I can have a blue source. Fine. Well, we can get another blue source. Can I... 3 blue, blue... Yeah. We don't get a copy of Ketchamos.
The immortal Nicol Bolas will be your end.
But at least they don't draw from exiling a card from their hand.
You have no weakness.
They just ditch a spirited companion. They replay Ketchamos. If we draw the land, we can play other Nicol Bolas and +2 for both of them. Or not. Well, he doesn't seem happy about that, does he? I imagine this gets exiled, or have they got a reprieve, or
Yourself now, or your filth is gone. You came here with a plan.
these are both enchantments. But I can just create a double striker.
Now, and we all leave with our lives. Keep your eyes sharp.
They might want to kill their own Eternal Wanderer. Obviously, if they play out Ketchamos, we can just, well, cause them to sacrifice it with Eternal Wanderer. The question though is, do they have another exile effect? And if they do, what do they exile? Oh, Touch of the Spirit Realm is artifact or creature. Well, we choose our double striker.
You live because
They can keep their burglar rat.
A mind is an easy thing to waste.
Sure, Esper Sentinel.
Challenge a card.
Sure, I'll just hold back for now. We have Gale's Redirection to counter whatever they do. Mana type won't do it. We can destroy their burglar. Can even forage. Oko, this is probably going to be slightly mean.
We can win this together.
You came here with a plan. A mind is an easy thing to waste.
I fully expect this to be a scoop. We get another copy of the Power 9, which we've not seen. And then we can use the God-Pharaoh's ability with our Dragon God. Obviously, they can replay all their exile effects, but I'm not that fussed about that at the moment. Probably should have used Iconic Rift on their turn.
Another time, Planeswalker.
There goes baby Nicol Bolas. I'm not sure that was the correct choice, but do they put it? They do not put it back into hand, back into command zone. Let's draw, see what we hit. The reality is, that's only artifact or creature. Let's just get into their hand then. Burglar Rat on the plains. But I think they're very dead. we got power 9. We have even more copies of the power 9 in our deck. Just the 27. Well, this isn't the best hand. This is better. We get our black-red of our land with foothills. Ghost Vacuum doesn't really make a difference to us. But they can exile a land if they want to. Ghost Vacuum is a very good card, but it is annoying because it just holds priority all the time. Well, we can hold up both versions of Wash Away. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Get our Thundering Falls. Let's put away Silumgar's command. Yes, they exiled another land. And next time we can cast Nicol Bolas. I will get a swamp. I don't think I... 4, 5, 6... Yeah, I don't think I do play out Nicol Bolas quite yet. And let's just clear their board. And we can hold up Wash Away or Tower's End. We do take 3. I'm not going to counter that because I want to counter the trigger from Ghost Vacuum, but we will just kill Elenda.
The God-Pharaoh deals death as he pleases.
We are a bit shields down.
This is not over.
Well, that's incredibly annoying. No lands at all. They've been stuck on 4 lands for a while. They just tack down Ashiok, yeah, that's fine. So let's counter that. Do we exile a creature? Elenda. We don't have a creature or planeswalker in our graveyard to get back, but oh well. They discard a Bishop of Binding. We do hit a land, that's good. It is raining quite heavily here. Don't know if you can hear through the mic. They hear their 5th land. Let's tick up. I know, I've got to hold up Tower's End. Because what I don't want them to do is play a land and Ghost Vacuum. Like that.
Your bravery is but an illusion.
Let's see what we hit.
Oh gods. You king, I have foreseen your demise.
Henrika's pretty good. They've not quite got the City's Blessing yet. I mean, we still have 2 incredibly powerful planeswalkers, and they have a completely empty board. So I'm not sure what they thought the point of that was, but you know, we could get an Enrika. That's probably the best creature, and then yeah, let's carry on ticking up with Nicol Bolas. Up against the nerfed Nadu and Shoulder's Edict. If it's the only creature they have out, is powerful. Do they not have any Greenland? We want black, red. Sure, we'll keep that for now. But let's get ready, let's get ready to Shoulder's Edict. Woohoo! Someone's playing hard to get. It is likely... Okay, that's annoying. Undercity Plunder can go. I imagine this is getting countered. Yep. There is Nadu. That resolves. They will be able to play cast it again. But then hopefully we can just Shoulder's Edict it. Ooh, yes, mana drain, please. We'll just hold up Gale's Redirection. Although, if they just play out Nadu, we can just Edict it. Sorry, Vendor didn't click. There is Nadu. There is a Shoulder's Edict. That doesn't really bother me. Neither does that. Well, but let's take the whale, I suppose. we decline that. I'm quite happy with our hand. Well, I think we are just in the face-off. Fine, that's not an issue. They are playing a really weird version of Nadu. I've not seen a single thing that targets their own creatures. Manually tap in. Well, we will just continue holding things up. Oh, land's good. I want to hold up enough mana so we can cast Nicol Bolas and Mana Drain. That's a chunky one. We can wash away. I mean, you got something.
You came here with a plan.
Oops. I think this is going to be a very tough matchup. But Shoulder's Edict is good against Ketchamos. Only 2 lands though. Let's hope. We've not had any problem with drawing lands in this deck. But you do wonder if this is the turn we struggle. We can fetch an untap land to Shoulder's Edict if they do play out Ketchamos. Which they do. Let's get... yeah, black-red, I think. The non-token creature. Well, we can create a treasure token, meaning we can definitely play out a rune-carved obelisk next turn. I think that's going to be a problem. 2 damage on any target. Or do we want to draw 2, discard 2? Let's draw. I don't think Damnation is going to do much. And then... Well, Cinnamon God's Command can destroy Kaya. I think, yeah, Chandra, as much as I hate to say it. I'm going to hold up Sinangar's Command. Because if I replay Ketramose, we can bounce it and destroy Kaya. If they don't do anything... Wow, that's... Okay, that was, I suppose, a waste of a turn for me then. I suppose it doesn't really do anything for us, but it does mean Kaya can't -5.
I'm gonna make myself scarce.
And I suppose, I say, if we drew a Ragavan or something, but obviously we don't. Wow, okay, that's a bummer. You gotta take Prosper. They don't take Prosper. And then we prosper. I need to keep on remembering to prosper in second main phase. Because I imagine they have a way to exile it. Yeah. That was... Yeah, I keep on forgetting to do that. Nicol Bolas up against Ketramose is a bit of a nombo. Because obviously Nicol Bolas exiles things and Ketramose likes exiling things. Oh good, Sheltered by Ghosts, everyone's favourite. We're missing the mana there for Crawl Ultimatum, which would have got our ring back. I hate playing against Ketramose. It's such a powerful deck. Because because Exile is ridiculously powerful and nothing protects against it apart from Hexproof, obviously. Obviously, Hedron Archive doesn't help cast Crawl Ultimatum because it doesn't have any generic mana. Let's just tick up. Black, 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 blue, blue. Let's put this on red then. Yep, there's Ketchmos. Let's tick up.
A mind is to wait. Oh no, or your filth is gone.
I'm basically a pro at saving the world by now. Time for your spirit to move on.
We have our own baby Ketchmos. Yeah. They didn't yeah, they got stuck on lands for a long time, but stealing and getting a free Kaya is pretty good. And then we would have time warped, tick them both up again, crawl our ultimatum to get rid of a Juggernaut Peddler. We get back our replicating ring. We exile things with Nicol Bolas, draw in with Ketchmos, and yeah, just completely take over the game, even though they had almost triple our life. We go first. Well, with an alright curve. But I think we start getting down tap lands. Asavow lands. We can Grave Expectations at instant speed. Wow. We'll take the one ring. And we can't do this at instant speed, so we'll do that now. Halana and Elena. So they are not a sliver deck, obviously. We will get a black blue Undercity Sewers. I think we I say we probably don't need more land, but if Prosper doesn't survive, which I imagine it won't. We will need additional lands, obviously. Oh, Golos. Do we just blow up Godos? I imagine we have to. Next turn we can Nicol Bolas or breach. I might breach, seeing as Golos means they have a lot of things. I think big expensive things. And they might have a counter spell, obviously. No counter. Nicol Bolas and yeah, let's Golos.
The immortal Nicol Bolas will be your end.
They exiled Blood Crypt.
Never ending.
No more distractions. Let's make this.
That's fine.
Sacrifices must be made.
I would like to keep up Gal's redirection.
Let your weak minds crumble.
Well, let's just hold it up then. The fact they didn't want to get rid of the card in their hand is that all it was? But yeah, I think we redirect that. And then, yeah, we might be able to cast it for free.